Hi Huskies, and welcome to Physics 1. My name is Mr. Olson. In this video, we're going to be going through the syllabus for the class. Now, I trust that you can read the syllabus just fine. What I wanted to do today is just to point out those important parts of the syllabus that I think will help you be successful in this class. The first thing that I'd like to point out is the contact information. The best way to get a hold of me is my email address. You can try and call this phone number, but it goes straight to my desk, and I do not live at my desk, so the best way to get in contact with me is definitely through my email. The easiest way to do this is through your own school email. If you have questions on how to log on to that school email, please feel free to ask me. If you can't get in contact with me, I have some systems put in place to help give you resources whenever and wherever. The first and most reliable is the website. This class website has things like homework packet answer keys and practice tests and helpful videos, and is a really good resource for you to look at if you find yourself struggling on homework or any other assignment. Next, let's take a look at what you're going to be needing in class. We do have a textbook that you'll have access to, but I'm going to be honest, we don't use it very much. So don't worry too much about the textbook. These will remain in class. Nothing that you really need to worry about. What I really want you to think about is that you need to have a 3-ring binder. I strongly suggest a 3-ring binder because I 3-hole punch everything that I possibly can. This is going to help you keep organized. At the end of the year, we do have a final exam that is going to be over everything in the course. So you're going to need your very first homework packet all the way to your very last homework packet. Make sure you keep organized. Also, a calculator is very handy. I strongly suggest just a little TI 30X solar calculator. They're $8. Very cheap, but very good. Next are our classroom expectations. This is a Pride classroom. I expect that you're going to be showing your Husky pride and acting appropriately, as I hope that you expect me to show my Husky pride each and every day. We'll talk a lot more about what this means in class. Electronic devices. This is a tough one. This is a very technology-friendly classroom. However, there's a time and a place. If you are unsure whether it is an appropriate time for you to be using your electronic device, please ask. Don't just take out your cell phone and start texting. Make sure you ask me, say, hey, Mr. Olson, is this an okay time for me to check my grades? Is this an okay time for me to look at my email? If you are on task and you have your work completed, the answer is probably going to be yes, but ask first, please. Homework. There's not going to be a lot of homework in this class. All of the studies show that homework does not correspond to student success, so I'm not going to put an emphasis on it. That being said, if I do assign homework, it's for a reason, and it's important that you do that homework. Most of our homework will be in homework packets. You'll get one homework packet a unit. That homework packet will be due at the end of that unit. Attendance is pretty straightforward. Be here whenever possible. If you can't, you are responsible to make up the work that you missed. Being absent does not excuse you from any assignments, labs, quizzes, anything like that. Please come see me and ask me what you need to do. I have systems in place for this as well. Next is our grading system. In this class, your homework and your participation, this is going to be your homework packets, any class discussions we do, that's going to be worth 5% of your grade. A much larger percentage of your grade is based on labs and quizzes. Expect to have at least 1 to 2 labs per unit and 1 to 2 quizzes per week. Lots of quizzes. We'll talk more about those in a second. Tests are 50% of your grade. This is getting us ready for that college level testing, high stakes. Be sure that you are studying well in advance for tests. They impact your grade greatly. All homework, quizzes, labs, all of that stuff, that's practice. You can redo that until you are happy with your score on that. This is all when we are learning the material. However, on the tests, you need to have learned the material by that point, so tests may not be retaken. Please keep that in mind when you're studying. Since labs and quizzes can be retaken, we have a system in Skyward that helps us keep track of how we did. I use a system of comments. For example, for your first attempt on a quiz, you're going to see FA and then the original score in those parentheses. And then in your gradebook, it's going to go the higher score. And you'll see a second attempt, a third attempt. If you're redoing a lab or homework, you'll see redo and then the original score in there. Please keep track of, this is more for me to keep track of your progress, but it's what we're trying to do is see you improve over these different attempts. Finally, the grading scale for Portage. This is the same for each one of your classes. Nothing really that we need to worry about there. Thank you for watching this video. Please let me know if you have any questions or any concerns over the syllabus. I am happy to address anything that you have. Thank you.